Hey guys, and welcome to Phunka Quest. Today we are going to be looking at beam weapons. Now, unlike projectile weapons, such as the ones which this Agamemnon is firing, beam type weapons automatically hit your opponent. So I'm using beam weapons to fight this enemy off right now, and they provide instant source to target damage. Now, as you can see, the enemy is not able to hit me with his attacks. However, I'm fully able to target him and basically take my enemy out using the beam weapons, which means that beam weapons have got a huge advantage in Starsonata. The only disadvantage comes from enemies which have got beam resistance, such as, for example, the monochrome tint, I believe, has got beam resistances, and quite a lot of light fighter enemies have beam resistances as well. However, they do not have innate resistances. So if you've got a light fighter ship, for example, like this Phunka, he gets additional beam resistances, and these are applied thusly. So for example, if we look at the beam resistances here, we get 24% additional bonus to any of our other resistances here. So for example, our energy resistance against beam energy attacks is going to be I think that's about 6.7%. It's 24% of 28. Yeah, that's about right. So we get 35, approximately 35% resistance to energy beams. Whereas if the enemy hits me with without using the energy beams, and he hits me with, say, a torpedo, like the ones he's firing earlier, he's only going to be doing 28%. I'm only going to get 28% of that resistance which is being applied. So anyway, that's kind of how the beams sort of work. As you can see, beams are a pretty effective way of fighting within the game. The only issue is they tend to have quite low DPE in order to make up for the fact that they are instantly hitting the target. But apart from that, they are fairly good, and if you've got a good level of electric tempering on your ship, you're not going to receive the fact that you're using up that energy. It's not going to be that big a deal. So beam weapons tend to also do less DPS and damage than your projectile weapons, should I say? But when it comes to using them, they're pretty good at taking out just about anything. Whereas when you're using a projectile weapon, you kind of want to use them for slower moving targets, like your big greens. But for anything fast moving, beams are really, really great at taking them out, because the speed that you the speed and accuracy is kind of what you're really aiming for with these kind of weapons. So for example, if I start, even though I'm moving quickly, this Equan, for example, he's able to hit me because he's got a 360-degree tracking beam weapon, which is an energy one, and you can see that just shorted my engines out when he critted me. So it's really, really effective. It's really, really effective for hitting fast-moving opponents, because as you saw earlier, those projectile torpedoes just would not hit me at all. Anyway, that's been enough ranting about beam weapons. I hope this episode of Phunka Quest has been useful, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you ever so much to my producer, my current producer, who is Starry Sheeb, and I have my suspicions as to who you are now, Starry. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me, and have a lovely day. Bye-bye!